Om Dayananda the Great. Dayananda as a preacher. Dayananda as a preacher can be placed in a class by himself. There is no class for him. There is no parallel for him. It was for the first time in the history of India that Dayananda raised his mighty voice against idol worship, which was deeply rooted in Hindu flesh, blood, and bone. Idol worship was supposed to be the part and parcel of Hinduism. Nobody dared to go against idol worship. It was Dayananda who clearly perceived the futileness of idol worship, as he did not at all find the trace of it in the sublime Vedas. He did not find even a small of idol worship in the Vedas. The Vedas contain more than 20,000 verses. There is not a single verse that can support the viewpoint of idol worship. On the contrary, the Vedas proclaim the formless supreme spirit that pervades the universe can have no material representation, likeness, or image. Na tasya pratima asti, Yajurveda. And as such, Dayananda made full-blooded attack on idol worship. He boldly challenged all Puranic, that is orthodox, Pandits to enter into debate with him so far as the question of idol worship was concerned. He roared and said, "Either you have to show idol worship in the Vedas or you have to give it up entirely." The voice came like a heavy bombardment. All Pandits were startled and stunned right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. They all came to hold debate, that is Shastrartha, with him, but no scholar was successful to prove idol worship from the Vedas. When highly reputed and famous scholars were defeated smashingly by Dayananda, intelligent people were greatly influenced and highly convinced. They felt the uselessness of idol worship. A piece of stone, however beautiful it may be, always remains a piece of stone. It cannot be the object of our worship, just like the Taj Mahal, which is unconscious of the admirations offered to it. Dayananda toured from one part of India to another and preached the Hindus directly to drive off idol worship from their life, land, and soil. Dayananda's constant and incessant preaching against idol worship brought about a revolutionary change in the minds of Hindus. It was an era of radical change for them. It was an era of the conflict between thoughts and emotions. Thoughts overtook emotions. Many intelligent Hindus lost their faith in idol worship. They began to throw the idols in the waters of Ganga and Yamuna. Thus, the great Dayananda was successful in his campaign against idol worship to a very great extent. He, therefore, rendered a matchless service to entire Hinduism, making it free from the dirty clutches of idol worship, which was undoubtedly a later production. Idol worship was not at all seen in Hindu religion right up to the time of Sri Krishna. It entered in the threshold of Hinduism since the time of Maharshi Swami. It is therefore impossible for any wise man to prove idol worship in Hinduism before the period of Maharshi Swami is a solid evidence to this fact. Hence, idol worship is a later production and it is cleverly added to Hinduism by selfish scholars to earn their livelihood. Towards the close of this subject, it reminds me of that great impartial and celebrated writer of Bengal, Pandit Devendranath Mukhopadhyay, who, in his most inspiring language, writes, "May you be the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. May you be the Prime Minister of Governor General. May you be greater than Brihaspati in intelligence. May you be greater than Cicero and Goethe in oration. May you be worshipped here in India or abroad. May you be a shining jewel of attorney clan. May you be a lawyer, barrister, or advocate. May the bugle of your name and fame be blowing far and wide. But if you support the viewpoint of idol worship in any fraction of it, I have no hesitation in saying that you are not the friend but the foe of India, because idol worship is the root of all evils that are prevalent in India." Hindi biography of Maharshi Dayananda Saraswati. My most beloved readers, think impartially and decide intellectually. Another full-blooded attack that Dayananda made was on Sakarvada, a misconception of assuming different incarnations of God. God is described omnipresent and formless in the Vedas. That all-pervading reality, that is God, is free from any sort of body, the gross body, the subtle body, and the casual body. He never comes in the womb of a mother. He is full, effulgent, self-existent, and omniscient. Yajurved. He is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. He is the support of the earth, the heaven, the sun, the moon, the vast atmosphere, and the entire universe. Atharvaved. The fundamental point raised by Dayananda is most remarkable here. Dayananda says, when God is omnipotent, Sarva Shaktimana, and support of all, Sarvadhara, how can he require support from anybody or anything? If you say he requires support from anybody, then he ceases to be omnipotent and all supporting. If you say he does not require any support from anybody, then he is proved formless, as he does not require the support of any physical body. He, therefore, preached aloud that Sri Rama and Sri Krishna were neither God nor the incarnations of God. Rama and Krishna were great persons. They were individual souls. They cannot be compared with Almighty God, the omnipresent, all-pervading Supreme Self, the one without the second. Therefore, to worship Rama and Krishna, etc., as God is a philosophical and spiritual mistake. No soul, however great he may be, can ever take the place of God, because the soul is always possessed of finite knowledge, and God is all knowledge and knowledge absolute. Can any soul, however realized he may be, create the world? Can he create the sun, the moon, the earth, and stars? No. Why then all these absurd argumentations about Rama and Krishna as God? Soul always remains soul, and God always remains God. Thus, Dayananda brought back in Hinduism its primitive element and glory. This is the reason why Dayananda can be placed in a class by himself. Continued.